Hi guys. So yes, this is the first dive. Basically what that means is that it's the first one I've done. It's also a beginning place. So this is not meant to make you have major life choices that you must decide yes or no. You know, this is a beginning. It's a place to start. It's how journaling is wonderful and you can actually get a lot out of it, but you need to actually kind of figure out what you want. So before you start, there's a check-in, which I think is so important, because if you have no idea what you want to get out of this week, then you'll be kind of whichever way you want. You know, like you have no direction. I just have so many different sailing metaphors popped into my head that time. I'm like, stop it, Sherry, just stop. Like seriously, it's one thing to live on a boat. It's another thing, and they had the Creative Mermaids. It's another thing to be like completely all the time about this. Exactly right. But the point being is that, but you will be rudderless and sailless if you don't have a direction. You need to have a direction. And that's one thing I want you to do with the check-in. The check-in is to kind of go with, what am I hoping for? Maybe you don't get it. Maybe it's nothing close to what you want from this week, but at least then you know, okay, this is what I was hoping for, and this is what I didn't get. And you can share that with me. Maybe I can actually do something with that, and next time do a course specifically based on that. I'm more than happy to do that. But at least you yourself know going into it what your expectations are. And I think I talked about this in the other video, but I know I've done a couple videos now, so I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But the point being is that when my expectations of what I can really honestly expect from when my children are around and what I can really get done, all of a sudden, once I actually have the expectation, okay, you know what, if I can get one page done, I'll be so happy in the next half an hour, 45 minutes, versus, okay, they're going to be quiet and I'm going to be able to do 10, 15 pages. Yeah. Guess who's a happier mama when she goes in with very low expectations and when she goes in with very high expectations? So yes, that's the point there. So that's one thing to think about here is, what are your expectations? What do you want? Maybe they're unfair expectations. I mean, this is a free course. I don't even have opening or closing. But at the same time, I'm learning and I would like to know. So feel free to share either here or in the Facebook group about your own expectations. The other thing I want you to think about is the entire time to be honest with yourself. And I know this is difficult, and it's one of the reasons why I started the Creative Mermaids, because we've been told our entire lives just basically, yeah, how we should think and what we should want. And like I said in one of my other videos that are actually in the open videos from the Facebook group, it's that I see this with my son all the time. Like just then, actually before they left, I put lipstick on. And he wanted lipstick too, because mommy has it and MJ wanted it, and I'm not going to stop him from having lipstick. But if I had, basically I would have told him that, you know, no, only girls have lipstick. And what? Why? You know, like, again, why do only girls have lipstick? Why is it bad that a little boy wants to wear lipstick? First off, even if you have a problem with people's gender or sexual choices, I personally don't. And more importantly, even if I thought that, I don't think 2-year-olds are sexualized. That's huge, you know. Like, so even if I had a problem with it, which I absolutely don't, then it's not a problem for me anyway, because he's 2. He's not a sexual being yet. But also, much more importantly, is that even if he is a sexual being at this point, why would I even start telling him right now that what he is wrong? Why? In the hopes that he can bury it deep enough that later on that he'll be normal? And what the hell is normal anyway? There's no such thing as normal. There's a bunch of us trying to get along with each other based on our cultural norms and functioning better or worse within it. And that's something I think we should be thinking about when we're doing this. That, you know what, I'm not saying that we all go crazy and we have no responsibility to anyone, but we should have our main responsibility should be to ourselves, and we should be really thinking about why we believe the things we do. And I think we have a lot of beliefs that are toxic and that don't help us. And this is kind of the first dive, is to start playing with these, finding out what these toxic feelings and emotions could be, but also celebrating. I think it's really important. Every single day there's a gratitude, there's a check-in, because life is fantastic. Even in the shittiest times, it's wonderful. I've had both the best and worst year this year. You know, I'm not joking when I say that. I mean, this year was, the beginning of this year, I was on my knees on a very regular basis. Among other things, I lost my baby brother, and you know, that's horrible. I can't, anyone who has not lost a sibling doesn't understand that, and you think you do until it actually happens. But you know, at the same time, other things have happened in this year that made me realize that life is still fantastic and wonderful, and there'll be days when I'm struggling with that pain, and there'll be days when I'm celebrating and I'm thinking to myself, this is actually what Michael would love. So this is important to me, that we realize that, you know, up and down, it's normal. You know, again, the whole nice and in thing, life is just in flux, and so are we. You know, perfection is static, and we are in full motion. So this is something to think about. The important thing is that you're trying to be honest with yourself. You're trying to dig deep. And even when it's scary sometimes, we don't want to admit things. You know what? You can also just write down, I don't want to go any deeper here. This might be too scary for me. Just make a note. That's it. You at least admitted that something is there, but you're not wanting to go any deeper. So that's it for now. That's the intro, and something to think about when you're thinking about the check-in for this week, and also what to expect from the week coming up.